Hey guys, thank you for visiting my channel. And let me just say, today has been a long day, okay? I had a funeral this morning and then I had a wedding this afternoon, and I'm just getting home. I've been crying today. I have been sweating from dancing at the wedding reception. So please forgive me if my face is shiny, if my makeup is messed up, but I had to do this video while I'm dressed. So I don't think I mentioned this in any of my other videos, but I just started working from home. And since I started working from home, I do not get dressed at all anymore. So I said, let me get a few videos in while I am dressed. So I'm going to do this video and I'll probably change my clothes and just do a few more while I'm dressed. And I'm on this video, I wanted to talk about why I had to get qualified for NACA again. So if you have recently started following me, you probably found my video, my house tour video, or you probably saw my NACA video talking about how quickly I got qualified. I got qualified within a month. And if you know the NACA process, you know that's not common. Some people would take months, some people years, but for me, make sure you check that video out. I won't get into it here. I explain how I got not qualified so quickly, but in that video, I did talk about how I was qualified. However, I was putting the housing search on hold because I was in a process of paying my auto loan down to where I only had 9 payments left. Now, if you don't know, when you are going through the NACA program, and I think most lenders are like this anyway, when you have car notes, and I believe it's any type of installment loan, I know it's definitely auto loans with NACA, and with some lenders it's any type of installment loan. If you have less than 10 payments left, they won't count it in your DTI. So for me, even though I got qualified at a certain amount, I knew that I could get qualified for even more once I had like one more payment left, literally, to get it down. Well, actually like 1 or 2 payments left, to where I got it down to below 9 payments. Okay, so that's why I was looking at houses, but I wasn't really looking, if that makes sense. So anyway, once I got it down, I let my counselor know. And let me tell y'all, it took longer this time to get qualified. I don't know what it was, but it was like this time they were asking for more stuff that they didn't ask for the first time. And I want to use this video to give a tip. I'm going to do a part 2 to the video I did on tips for getting all qualified quickly. But I do want to say this. Dude, I recommend not submitting to the underwriters until you are like 100% ready, okay? Because if I had known that it would be longer to get recalculated, I would have just waited. I would have told them don't submit my files to the underwriters at all, because literally when I got qualified in September, I knew that I would have my payment. I knew by October, because I was aggressively attacking my debt, I knew by October I was going to have my auto loan down to less than 9 payments. So I should have waited. So take it from me, if you are in a NACA process, right? Let's just say you got an auto loan and some type of installment loan, and you can double check with your counselor to see if other installment loans count as well. But if you know you have, you're almost to that point, I would recommend probably not submitting to the underwriters just yet. Let your counselor know that you want to wait, because what happened is, if you watch my last video, I went and looked at houses. I live in DC, but I have been looking into relocating to either Georgia or Texas, okay? And I went down to Georgia, and when I tell you guys, I fell in love with one of those houses, and I wanted that house right there on the spot. But guess why I couldn't make an offer? Because I was in a process of getting recalculated. I was still waiting for the underwriters and, and all of that. So somebody ended up buying that house. I would have rather not saw that house. But I just wish that I would have waited and submitted everything at one time. I wish that I would have waited until I got it down. I thought it would have been easy to, get qualified, pay down my auto loan, just resubmit and get qualified for more. But that process was actually longer. Okay, still, fairly quick. This happened in October. It's November. I just got requalified again. You know what I mean? I just got another approval letter. It's higher than what it was before. So it was still pretty quick, but longer than what I expected. But I will say this. I trust God's timing. I'm not too worried about it, because I believe that the house that's going to be for me is for me. And to be honest, I still was kind of on the fence about whether I wanted to go to Georgia or Texas. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on why I want to go to, why I want to move from this area. But one of the reasons is because it's so expensive up here. And when I see the price of the homes in those southern states versus up here, I'm like, this is, it just makes sense. Like, I see that home down there costs $300,000 less than up here. The same $300,000 home down in Georgia is $600,000 here, and like that $600,000 house here is like $200,000 in Texas, right? So I knew that I had been on the fence about both states, and so I wasn't too upset because I still was kind of in that undecided phase, and I have kind of made my decision. I'll talk about that in another video where I'm leaning more towards now. But so because of that, because I was undecided, I was okay, right? I was upset about the house. What's for me is going to be for me. I trust that. Oh, one thing I mentioned too, that house that I fell in love with, it was a brand new build, and the agent for the builders, they were just throwing incentives at me. At first they were like, they'll give me $10,000 in closing costs. Then it went up to $15,000. Then it went up to $23,000. And for those of you that's familiar with the NACA program, you don't have closing costs. So guess what that money goes? It can go towards your interest buy down. So listen, I don't even want to talk about it because then I'm gonna get upset again. But I just wanted to share that. So if you are in the NACA process, and y'all know I'm sharing, I told you I was going to keep y'all updated as I'm going through this, but just take it from me. Let your counselor know. If you're like me and you want to wait a little bit, you working on something that you know you're this close to. Like I knew that I just had within the next month, I said, I know I'm going to have it down to 9 payments, because when I tell y'all I was aggressively throwing money at my auto loan to get it down, like I was paying thousands of dollars a month on that's how serious it was. And I'm going to do another video talking about that, because I did get a comment asking me to explain how I was able to aggressively attack my debt. So I'm gonna stay tuned for that video next. If you're in that process and you're working on something, and you're thinking, oh, I'll just resubmit, don't do it. Just wait and submit everything at one time. So hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to do another video, part 2 of the tips. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, make sure you do that. I'm going to probably record part 2 this evening as well, since I'm in the mood for doing these videos. And like I said, I have not gotten dressed since I've been working from home. So I'm probably going to record a couple more videos tonight. So make sure you guys stay tuned for upcoming videos. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video and make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. Thank you for visiting my channel. Be blessed.